The Unsolved Files.
Imagine driving home through a dark Arizona forest after a long day of work when a glowing object suddenly appears among the trees. One of your friends steps out to investigate. Seconds later, a beam of light strikes him, and he disappears. This sounds like science fiction, but according to those involved, it happened on November 5th, 1975. More than 50 years later, the Travis Walton incident remains one of the most famous and controversial UFO cases ever reported. So what really happened that night? The story begins in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest near Heber, Arizona.
The story that Travis Walton and 5 other witnesses.
22-year-old Travis Walton worked on a 7-man logging crew led by Mike Rogers. The crew had been hired to thin over 1,200 acres of forest and was racing against a government contract deadline. On the evening of November 5th, after finishing work near Turkey Springs, the crew was driving home when they noticed a strange glowing object hovering among the trees. Curious and fascinated, Walton stepped out of the truck and walked toward it. What happened next would become UFO history.
He was certain that my body was under there, and there were some pretty...
According to the 6 other crew members, a bright beam of light suddenly shot from the object and struck Walton. Witnesses claimed he was thrown backward by the force. Terrified, the crew drove away. After gathering their courage, they returned to the scene minutes later. Walton had vanished. The men immediately reported him missing. Authorities launched a large search operation involving law enforcement officers, volunteers, tracking dogs, and helicopters. Despite extensive efforts, no trace of Walton could be found. As the days passed, investigators grew suspicious. Some believed the crew had harmed Walton and invented the UFO story to cover up a crime. The loggers were questioned extensively and later underwent polygraph examinations. Most of the results suggested they were telling the truth when denying involvement in Walton's disappearance, though debate over those tests continues to this day. Then came the twist that made headlines around the world. 5 days after disappearing, Walton suddenly reappeared. On November 10, 1975, he called his family from a payphone in Heber, Arizona, roughly 12 miles from where he had vanished.
And what follows is another nightmare, especially for Mike. The cops are suspicious of their story.
He appeared exhausted, confused, and shaken. His explanation was extraordinary. Walton claimed he had been taken aboard an alien spacecraft. According to his account, he woke up inside a room resembling a hospital. Standing around him were small beings with pale skin, oversized heads, and large eyes. Terrified, he struggled against them before encountering more human-like figures wearing helmets. After that, his memory became fragmented. He later claimed the next thing he remembered was waking up near a highway and watching a craft disappear into the sky. Unlike many alien abduction stories, Walton insisted the beings were not intentionally harming him. In later interviews, he suggested they may have been trying to help or heal him after he was injured by the beam of light. The story exploded across newspapers, television programs, and UFO communities. Because multiple witnesses claimed to have seen the initial event, many believers considered it one of the strongest UFO cases ever documented. In 1978, Walton published a book titled The Walton Experience, later reissued as Fire in the Sky. The case reached an even larger audience when it inspired the 1993 Hollywood film Fire in the Sky, which remains one of the most famous UFO movies ever made. But the case has always had critics. Skeptics pointed out that the logging crew was behind schedule on its forestry contract and facing potential financial penalties. Some researchers suggested the incident could have been a carefully planned hoax designed to explain delays or attract publicity. Others questioned the reliability of the polygraph tests and highlighted inconsistencies in witness statements over the decades. Science writer Philip J. Klass became one of the case's most vocal critics, arguing that the story contained numerous contradictions and lacked convincing evidence. Other skeptics later proposed that a nearby fire lookout tower and spotlight may have been used to create the illusion of a UFO. The controversy resurfaced in 2021 when crew leader Mike Rogers briefly distanced himself from the story before later reconciling with Walton and reaffirming his support for the original account. The dispute reignited public interest and fueled new debates online. What makes the Travis Walton case so fascinating is that it sits between belief and skepticism. Unlike many UFO stories, it involved multiple witnesses, a documented missing person investigation, national media attention, and decades of scrutiny. Yet despite countless investigations, interviews, documentaries, and debates, no definitive explanation has ever emerged. More than 50 years later, Travis Walton continues to stand by his story. He insists that what happened in the Arizona wilderness was real and that he experienced something beyond ordinary human understanding. Was Travis Walton truly abducted by extraterrestrials? Was it an elaborate hoax? Or is there another explanation that has never been uncovered? No one knows for certain, but one thing is undeniable. The Travis Walton incident remains one of the most enduring mysteries in UFO history, continuing to captivate believers, skeptics, and curious minds around the world.